Eden, your dad left a great legacy in this industry and became an icon. And when I look at you ladies sitting here across the board, I see icons. Why? I mean, is it important to be, what does it inspire someone to be an icon in this industry?
It's interesting that you say that because I sit here with these ladies too and I feel the same way. Because I think that, first of all, we need to be very careful about using the word icon. And who is it that you're looking to and why? What is it in them that inspires you to be a better human being, to do more, to give more, to create more? These women make me want to be a stronger, more powerful, loving, kind individual. So I choose them wisely. My father, another one of my icons, because I love him, he's Superman to me. He taught me discipline. He taught me humility. He taught me ethic of how to get from here to here with such grace. I might not have that much grace all the time, but I try. So I think that there are always those people, whether living and or dead, that you can aspire to find something within them that you might grab and say, hey, you inspire me. You brought me here today, and I'm grateful. And for that, I get to share with so many people. So I think it's just, and it's really the connection that we create with others and keeping that and growing and cultivating it and then being aware of the collective unconscious, those that are out there that aren't in this room today that might hear or find something or tap into what's going on, because that's how we create change.
Beautiful, and change is constant, isn't it?
Yes.
It is.
Tracy, thank you for that, Eden. Tracy,
yes.
I've gone to Australia. I've watched you. We've actually worked together in Australia.
We have.
You've pioneered education there, and now you're bringing it here. In terms of, educating, why did you want to become an educator? What got you into becoming an educator?
I think it was the very first time I was asked to do a demonstration. It was when I was still living in the UK, and I'd just completed my apprenticeship. I was about 19 years old at the time, and my boss said to me, we're doing a seminar. Would you like to do a demonstration of a haircut? And of course, at that age, you're too scared to say no to your boss for any opportunity that they present to you. So I went, certainly, no problems, just don't ask me to speak. Like most people, we have that fear of public speaking. And so I remember doing that very first haircut, that demonstration, and all I could focus on, to be honest, was actually not cutting my finger off. I'm sure everyone on this stage, apart from Eden, can relate to that. I was like, just don't cut your finger off. And he comes up to me and puts a microphone in front of me and goes, so Tracy, what are you doing with your haircut? And of course, my heart rate goes like this straight away. But I actually took the microphone off him, walked out and took over the whole stage. And I kind of think that's when I realized I didn't have a fear of public speaking. And, then I was 21 when I chose to go to Australia as a backpacker by myself. And going to a new country by yourself is always very challenging. Of course, I didn't have any friends, I didn't have my family, I didn't have a partner, and I didn't have any money, of course. So having that experience of getting into education at such a young age at 19 really set my career path for the future. And moving to Australia, I decided to stay there and, of course, ended up living there for 25 years. And I naturally just got opportunities presented to me with being a new person in the country as well. And I started out doing a lot of education for manufacturer companies, and then, of course, the career develops. And then I created my own education company.
Thank you for that, Tracy.
You're welcome.
Candy, I look at you as a powerful businesswoman because you took over the family business. What would you share if there was something that you could share with the audience in terms of getting involved with family, and sometimes can be difficult in terms of getting involved with family and working with family, what would you say is the most important thing that you've learned on the business side?
Well, I think that one of the sayings that my father always said was, you have 2 ears and 1 mouth, and you should use them in direct proportion. Meaning you need to learn to listen. And when you work with family, you need to put the people in their strengths and be able to have them in the place that they're the best at. Working with family is not always easy, but my family is the glue that holds me together, and being able to share that on a daily basis is remarkable. I know that, my son is my roommate on the road. My 28-year-old son, helps zip my dress in the morning. It's kind of odd, but we really do love it. And, I, of course, work with my husband as well. But I really consider my salon my family. So it's not just the family business. I mean, this is my family. This is my family. I mean, these people are my family. When you go on the road, you become the road family. But I think the best advice I ever learned, too, was just to be okay with being respected rather than to be loved sometimes, because it is tough, to be in a leadership role. But it's not crowded at the top, so you must take that in and respect what you do for your family and to carry that torch for them.
Beautiful. I think that one of the things is, you're working in a business and you're doing what you do. And Sonia, you own a salon. You have a beautiful salon in California. And you've built amazing relationships out on the road. But if you could talk to us a little bit within the salon, what do you think it takes to build a great clientele within a salon environment?
Well, my clients are actually my therapists. I have a very interesting personal life, and a lot of my clients have been with me for many years, and they're excited to see what I do. And it's sort of, my whole life's been, I'm my own worst enemy. So I am very hard on myself, and I've realized over the last few years, and my clients have been a really important part of this, is I try daily to not listen to my brain and listen to my heart. And my clients and my staff, and I'm actually see two of them there, Tanya and Grace, that came to help me this weekend. They're very important to me. And so it's authenticity. I think that's the reason why I have a good clientele. And they know I care, and they care about me equally as much.
I want to go a little bit deeper because you're on the road a lot. So how does that affect a clientele being on the road?
Well, I have a really great team. My team is very family driven, and they understand. Anytime I have a new client or a new guest in the salon, they realize that I travel and educate, but they love that. They love to hear, when I come back from Orlando, they're not going to ask me if I went to Disneyland or Disney World or Epcot. They're going to ask me what this was like. So they're interested. They really are. So that really works amazing.
Yeah, I can imagine they'd probably like, so tell me about Orlando. Your answer probably is, I can tell you about the hotel.
Hotel
or the airport.
Yes, exactly.
That's right.
Hotel, taxi. We all have that, don't we?
Jenny, I know that you're in the salon and you're out of the salon and you're moving around quite a bit also. Mm-hmm. So once again, your stylists are becoming self-employed. Mm-hmm. They're starting to become self-employed. What advice can you offer regarding personal branding on that side of self-employment?
Well, I always like to think of it like you are your own brand, right? So you need to treat yourself as a brand. So I always look at what big companies are doing. Like they have professional websites, they have logos, they have, maybe the stickers or whatnot. And that's really how I based a lot of my branding off of too, like what big companies were doing. And then I would do the same because I want to come off as a professional brand. And I think where it trickles down to stylists that are self-employed or have booth rental, you don't want to just be saying that you're a booth rental stylist, right? You're a business, so you need to treat your business as a business. So I think branding is so important, as well as clients like to see you doing kind of neat things out of the box and really taking it up a level than just, come to my little salon or my booth. I think it's just really important, especially this day and age, especially with social media.